Welcome back to another week in my life as a vet student. This is my final week until we have a rest week, so I've just got to push through and hopefully make it a good one. Let's go. Okay, it's time to do the case scenarios in between lectures. I'm going to Dublin for 30 pounds. Okay, it's 1:15 right now. I actually already started my day and attended a 9 a.m. lecture, and then I came back home. We had a lecture at 12, but it was like a framework lecture, so not really like examinable deep stuff. I figured it would just be repetitive if I went to it. So I came back to do some meal prepping. I haven't actually cooked anything, but I got my Brussels sprouts and potatoes in there, and those are gonna get roasted. And then these are gonna go in like a pasta stew bolognese type of thing. So that's carrots and mushrooms. I have two lectures at 2 p.m. and it's 1:20. So I'm gonna cut the onions and garlic and then probably head over there, do those lectures, come back, and then it's laundry and cooking for the week. And that's gonna be most of my afternoon. Of course, I'll go to the gym and all that sort of thing too, but that's how the rest of the day is gonna go. All right, I finished up all that food prep and now I'm into uni. 2 lectures on cellular degeneration. All right, I'm home now. Finished my 2 lectures. It's 4:20 right now. I've got the laundry going and then I'm gonna start my cooking up. Hopefully I can be done with like all my chores for the week in the next few hours and have some time left to go to the gym and do some other work before I head to bed. Good morning and happy Tuesday. It's 7:30 right now, so I'm gonna get up and even though I'm pretty cold, I'm gonna hit the shower and then start revising so I can get my studying done for the day before I head into uni for lectures. Let's go. It's 8 a.m. I've just taken my cold shower, which is my least favorite part of the entire day, but now I'm feeling awake and ready to revise. So yesterday I was supposed to study basically like fish, amphibians, and reptiles, but I didn't do that. And then today was supposed to study cardiovascular pharmacology, so I'll just do both of those right now. And I think I should have time because I have about an hour and a half before I should leave for uni because I start at 10. So I think I can get it done, and if I do, that'd be really great. So I'm gonna tackle that right now and probably see you. Either I'll update you on what I'm actually studying or what it looks like, or I'll just see you at uni. Alright, it's 3:30. Finished my lectures for the day. I'm gonna stay here for a bit to work on some stuff and then I'll head home. Okay, it's 8 p.m. and I'm leaving uni. Just kidding. It's 5 p.m. and this is what it looks like. It is definitely never this dark this early when I am at home, but it's that time of the year now, so honestly, it's kind of a sad season in London, but it's okay. Good morning. It's Wednesday at 8 a.m. Let's get up for my 9 a.m. lecture. Guys. Okay, it's 1 p.m. I finished my lecture and my practical session for the day. Right now I'm gonna eat lunch and then I booked in a session to practice history taking. So that's gonna be online. I'm gonna basically go through that and get some feedback on my history taking, which I've never really done before. And we're gonna be doing it with real actors next week. So I figured I'll practice this week. And then when the real actors come in next week, I'll be a bit more prepared. After that, I've got some anatomy club stuff to help out with. And then just some work for the rest of the evening. So it's gonna be a busy day, even though it's a half day.
Don't film this.
I thought it was
Is this
a
a tooth?
at first.
Two. Oh.
What?
Cryptorchidism.
It's cutting off the ball.
Yeah, castration. Oh, hypothalamus. Cerebellum. My team lost in Anatomy Pictionary, but luckily it was pretty chill, so we were able to wrap up the session early. I have a quick meeting and then I can head home, and for the rest of the day, it's basically just do some work, go to the gym, and try to take it easy because it's a very, very long week, a very busy week, and I'm gonna have to keep working for quite a while. So trying to balance that out and not get too stressed. Good morning, happy Thursday. It is 7:30 a.m. and I'm gonna start my revision for the day, except today I'm very fortunate. There's nothing on my schedule to revise, but part of my general structure and approach to the course is that I try to stay 2 weeks ahead of the content at all times. And so how that looks is that 2 weeks away from a lecture, I will look up some short YouTube videos on the lecture, watch those, and then a couple days later, I'll try to revise, see if I even retain anything. Maybe a week later, I'll do that again. And then when I get to the lecture, I kind of have a good understanding of the topic, and then I can really focus in on the lecture and fill my gaps during the lecture. So that being said, there are a few lectures that I'm a bit behind on because it's Thursday, and I haven't done much of that priming for what's happening in 2 weeks. And so I'm gonna be spending my morning on that. So I'll be watching a lot of YouTube videos on these different topics and coming back in a couple days to see what I recall. So let's start it up now. It's not gonna be too difficult because it's just me watching some videos and trying to pay attention. Okay, it's 4:45. I finished my final lecture of the day. I'm headed home now, and then I have to set up for an event that we're having at 6. Part of my rent contract and getting my decreased rent is that I have to help set up events and run events at my accommodation. So I think it's a Halloween movie that we're gonna watch today. So fun for me. That's gonna be the rest of my afternoon. It's probably watching that movie and then going to the gym. There shouldn't be any more work for me to do today. I'm pretty tired, so I'll just see how it goes. Okay, we finished the event. Now it's time to head to the gym before it closes and then straight to bed because I gotta get up early tomorrow to prep for our dissection. I have a dissection at 9 a.m. and it's 2 hours long, so the prep is definitely gonna go a long way. I'll probably see you in the morning for prep and I'll show you what I do to get ready for my dissections. Okay, it's Foosball Friday. It is match point right now. Match point for me, so hopefully I can get the win. Let's go. Let's go. That's going in the vlog for sure, bro. I just finished Foosball Friday. Even though I got scored on immediately in the video, I won 5-0 in sets. So now I'm up 9-8 total on the bet. So I had a huge comeback. Now I'm in the lead on our bet. And I'm feeling good on Foosball Friday. It's also Halloween. I'm not going out tonight, I'm going out tomorrow night. So all that's left for me today is go to the gym and pretty much head to bed. And then normal day tomorrow until the afternoon, and then I'll be going out with some friends. See you tomorrow morning. Happy Halloween. I'm 1/4 Bumblebee now, so it's time to work on my other leg. Boom, I'm now 1/2 Bumblebee, and I am running out of tape. Okay, it's 4:30. I just got back. I went with some friends to the arcade and then to the club. So I'm headed back home now, and I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow because I basically did nothing today. Like, well, Saturday I accomplished nothing. Now it is technically Sunday. I want to accomplish something because I've got a research project due this week, and yeah, I just, I feel like I can't do nothing 2 days in a row. So I have no idea what the plan is now. Happy Sunday. It is 1:30 p.m. I just got into uni. I needed to get my charger that I think I left here on Friday, so I gotta get that. Yes, it's still here. If I lost this, it would be a huge problem because I'm borrowing this from the uni. The plan for today is to edit the vlog, go to the gym, get some groceries, and then maybe do some revision, but I'm gonna be lenient and just try to focus on the vlog editing today. It's 6 p.m. on Sunday right now, so this vlog is gonna be over very shortly. This is gonna be the last segment of the vlog, and I figured that I'd take some time out of every week to talk about a subject related to vet school. And this week's topic is, what is a typical week like for a vet student? I'm gonna show you my schedule for this week specifically because I think that it is very average in terms of what you would expect as a vet student, at least in your second year at my university. So I'm gonna move to the side of it, and that way I can put my schedule here for you to see, and then we'll just get into it and start talking about what a typical week is like as a vet student. In general, vet school can be broken up into 2 parts. One part is the actual structured academic teaching, and the other part is individual studying and revision that you do on your own. I'm gonna break up the structured teaching into lectures versus non-lectures. So I had 12 lectures this week, and even though they're scheduled for about 45 minutes, you may as well count them as an hour because oftentimes that's how long it takes. So if you have questions, you're gonna end up staying to the full hour. So 12 hours of lecture content spread out throughout the week. I also had 12 hours of non-lecture teaching. So that was online case scenarios that I worked through with my friends. It was some in-person case scenarios that I worked through with my group. And then we had a dissection, and they offered some feedback sessions to basically go through the answers and have discussions on some of the stuff that we did earlier in the week. And those were usually for the online interactions that we were doing. In total, I would say that there were 23 hours of unstructured teaching this week. That's because sometimes they will mark out a task as, say, 2 hours, and realistically you open it up and it only takes 1. So I would call it 23 hours of organized, structured teaching for the week. Now let's get on to the individual side of it, which includes my studying, preparation, and basically everything that I'm doing outside of what the university is telling me to do. Between the dissection and practical that I had this week, I would say I spent about an hour of prep, and that's just to kind of get the feel for what you're getting into before you go to the practical so that you can make the most out of it. Now let's add that 1 hour of prep work onto my personal study, which is the majority of my individual work at vet school, and I would break up my studying into 2 parts. The first part is going back and studying something that I've already learned, so that could be a lecture has passed and maybe a week later I go to my whiteboard and I try to recall what it was talking about, and I basically go through my concepts that way and do my studying there. The other part is actually going forward and priming myself for topics that I've not learned yet. So if I have a lecture in 2 weeks on necrosis, I should be watching a YouTube video on necrosis to get familiar with that topic before I go into the lecture. I would say that honestly, in terms of how much time both of them take, it's hard to tell sometimes. I think in the end, the revision part of going back and recalling something probably takes longer because over time I have to go and study that more. And as for the priming, I try to keep it short because I want to watch basically summary YouTube videos. So I probably break it down to like 75% of my time is spent going back and 25% of my time is spent going forward or studying topics that I've not actually learned yet from the university's official teaching. For this week, I probably spent under 10 hours studying, which is probably a bit lower than it would normally be. I try to do like maybe 2 hours a day of studying, and I include the weekends because for me it doesn't really matter if I get up on Saturday or Sunday and do some revision. But it's honestly definitely under 10 hours, probably even pushing 5 because I was pretty busy this week and I just didn't really get around to it. Fortunately, my schedule wasn't too busy as far as revision, but the going forward part and priming, I slacked on that. So honestly, for this week, I'll just call it 9 hours. And then in total, we have 10 hours of individual work that I've done. So to summarize, we'll take the 10 hours of my personal work and add it to the 23 of structured teaching. And we end up with about 33 hours. Typically, it ends up taking the amount of time as a full-time job would. This week was a little bit lighter, obviously because I slacked a bit on the personal side. But in general, you can think of vet school as taking up the amount of time as a full-time job. For some people, it can take a lot more if they're spending more time studying. Hopefully my breakdown of the different hours and my schedule this week gives you a bit more insight as to what it's like as a vet student and the time commitment and also what the classes are like and what we actually do. I hope these vlogs also do the same thing for you because I'm showing you my weekly life and what is it like to be a vet student. Which brings me to the end of the vlog now because I've got to get this thing edited. If you're new here, my name is Deacon Lila. I'm a second-year vet student studying at the Royal Veterinary College in London. I'm going to keep posting these videos every week to show what it's like as a vet student and hopefully shed some light on the industry and also the struggles and actual reality of being a vet student and one day a veterinarian. If you like this vlog, check out the other ones on my channel. I've covered my dairy placements, I've covered my first few weeks of vet school, and in general, if you enjoy the video, give it a like. If you like the stuff I'm posting, please subscribe, maybe leave a comment below. It motivates me to keep doing this and putting these out. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week.